Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news, update, and information with a video on the 2023 Ford Mustang Mach-E. We're going to talk about the select trim in this video. This is the videos that we call our complete guide videos. We're going to cover all the standard equipment and different packages and standalone options that are available for the select trim of the Mustang Mach-E for this year. And so this is being a very thorough video. So if you like videos like this that kind of goes over the products as well as keeping you updated on Ford information and such, you might think about subscribing to our YouTube channel. So hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that way you stay notified next time we have another video uploaded to our YouTube channel. So we're going to dive in. Like I said, it's going to be a lengthy video, so use the timestamps down below. Move around this video all you need to get all the information you want to. It's a very informative video. We think it'll help you out, giving you some information. If you're looking to order, you can order online or you can order with a dealership here coming up here real soon. So at the release of this video, it'll probably be the next Monday or Tuesday you can do that. So you might think about that. So hopefully this helps you out so that you know whether or not the select trim is going to work for you or whether or not you need to go up to one of the other trims, which we're going to do after these videos. So again, make sure you subscribe so you can keep on these videos as well. So let's dive in. We're first going to talk about some of the mechanical features and some of the specifics on the batteries and the different options you have for your drivetrains. All right, so we're going to work through the Mach-E Select, and we're going to start with these mechanical features first. And so normally on this, I like to have the build and price update, but it's not there, and that's one of the benefits of doing these videos is that we're using an order guide to give us the same information, or the information for us so you can make that informed decision and get that order in early if you would like to and get that in there. Especially right now, we know with the order banks closing and not being able to order for a while, some people are really itching to get that order in so they can get theirs as quickly as they can. So we are going to use Ford's website. Let me show you that up here. So Ford.com to get some information. Now, a lot of vehicles, if you click on there, you can actually do a build and price on a lot of the vehicles, even last year's build, and I like to use last year's information to go off of that, but we don't have build and price available for the Mach-E right now. And so they've totally taken it off for even the 22 Mach-E when you couldn't order. So they will have it open, again, probably Monday for you, or Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday, I guess, Tuesday morning is when they're going to have that open on the 30th, so that you can go in there and not only build and price out your Mach-E, but you can actually order online. So you don't have to order through the dealer. You'll make sure you pick the right dealer to be your delivering dealership and maybe communicate with them. But you should also be able to, as dealers, be able to order the vehicle for the customer too. So you should be able to do it either way for you. But so build and price should be up and running, and normally it'll probably list it over here as build and price starting on the 30th of August here. But we're going to click just to get some information on this. We're going to go to models and specs down here, and we're going to select the select trim right here for 22. This is not available for order at this time. We know we'll see that updated starting on the 30th. So now moving down, we are going to kind of use some of this to give you some information on as we go around the vehicle. But this first part is kind of talking about the specs and such, and the mechanical features. So on the select trim, there is one battery size that is available for this, and that is a 70 kilowatt hour usable standard voltage battery there for you. It is available in two different drives. You do have the electric drive, of course. Rear wheel drive is standard, so it'll have a rear motor. That's a primary motor. But if you can get an all-wheel drive, that gives you dual motor. So it gives you a primary in the rear and gives you a secondary motor in the front to give you a really nice experience there. So some people like to go with that different experience. So you do have of course, single-speed transmission for those, giving you the power that you're seeing here. So again, these are based on the all-wheel drive information. So 5.2, 0 to 60, 26 horsepower, 428 pound-feet of torque, and then the range is based on the rear-wheel drive. From the all-wheel drive will probably be of course less than that, but 247 miles with that standard range battery. Just so you kind of know that distance and that range that you have with the select trim here. So that battery, that's the only battery you can choose is a 70 kilowatt hour battery. You cannot select the extended range battery. You'll have to go up to one of the other trims for that. So just kind of go through that with you. We do have 3 selectable drive modes. You have an engaged drive mode, you have a whisper, and you have an unbridled. And that gives you just a better, different driving experience. Depends on if you're wanting to have the better range, or if you want the better performance. You know, some people get these electric vehicles for various reasons. Some of them is to help for the economy, or the your emissions and such. Some people because of how it drives, and some people because they want to go all electric and not spend any money on fuel, right? So there's several different ways of what you're driving. If you have that for that spirited ride, put that in unbridled. If you want to get the better fuel economy, then you can put it in that that whisper or that engage and such. So different drive modes for you there. Do have one pedal driving for you with an Eco Coach. I love the one pedal driving. It just allows you to not have to use the brake pedal at all. And you're just able to just use the pedal. When you let go of the pedal, it's going to start braking the vehicle. So, and you get used to it. It's kind of like, some people say, so kind of like a golf cart. I'm like, yeah, kind of like a golf cart in that kind of that thinking there. You do have regenerative braking system as well, and that's going to, by using the regenerative braking well, that's going to help recharge up the power into the battery, so give you better range. So the better you use the regenerative braking and the braking for the vehicle, the better distance you're going to get with the vehicle. Also, you do have a transmission oil cooler. You also do have, and that's just to kind of keep that cooled down, keep that going there with better distance and such. Also, you have front and rear stabilizer bar, and you also have electric power assist steering, so the e-pass. So you'll like there, and electronic traction control, and you'll have the electric parking brake with the auto hold. So that's where you're able to, with one pedal driving, it'll hold if you're at a stoplight and stop sign by having the auto hold. So you want to make sure that's activated, which I believe it does when you're already in one pedal driving. Now let's talk about the chargers and the charging system that comes with this. Now this does have the J1772 chargers. That's a combo connector system. That charge port for you when you're needing to charge is capable of charging 120 volt, 240 volt, and the DC fast chargers as well. So that way you can go to those fast charging stations when you're on trips and such to charge up that battery a little bit faster. So excuse me, AC charging. And you are going to be getting a power cord, a mobile power cord that comes with it, with 2 different adapters. And because of that, for your AC charging, you will have up to 10.5 kilowatt with up to 48 amp capability. Sorry about that. And with that, that allows you, with that remote, the mobile cord, to be able to put that 240 volt or the 120 volt in there to be able to charge that in your house or other places you find the charge. So you can switch those out of that. And if you do use the 120 volt, just looking up numbers here, it gives you up to 15 amps of charging speed, and the 32 amps if you use the 240 with that mobile charger. So just so you have that, but it's always nice to have that if you need it. So you'll have it right there. So anyway, so you'll have that available, but you can get other charging systems you can order and install in your house, which is recommended. So you can go up to 48 amps in those types of situations. DC charging, it'll charge up to 150 kilowatt capacity, which means if you see a DC charging station that says 350, you go, oh, that's great, 350. You're still going to be limited to 150 when you're charging with that, just so you know that. You'll get an LED charge status indicator on the charge port. And that's going to light up and let you know what the charging is on it without having to, check your phone or check the vehicle all the time to find that. So that's going to be how that's all going to work there. And you can also manage a lot of your charging through your app on your phone. So FordPass app, you'll have that available for you. You can see the current charge of your vehicle. You can also find charging stations. You can get more information using the FordPass app, which is really cool. And you can even schedule departure times and such through the app. So that way you can set it up to have the vehicle warm the vehicle up or cool it down while you're still charged. So it's really cool on how that works as well. All right, now let's talk about some of the safety features that come with the Mach-E. A lot of them that we see are similar with the other Ford lineup, if you're used to those. So we do have advanced track with roll stability control. So advanced track is main goal of that is to use a series of brakes and acceleration and put power to certain wheels to allow you to stay on your intended path. If you're going into maybe a curve too fast or a slick driving situation, that kind of thing, it gives you a really great system there to keep you on your intended path. You have electronic stability control as well. SOS post-crash alert system. That's going to honk the horns, flash the lights if you're in an accident post-crash. 911 assist with your Bluetooth enabled phone allows you to call 911 directly, or even it'll bring it up and ask if you need to if you can't get to your phone. Great having that. And then you have the pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. So this system here, if you're going along, the vehicle in front of you is going much slower than you, you would hit them. It alerts you, puts a message on the screen that you need to stop, set series of tones that you need to brake. And it will also, enable the brake support as well, including braking if you're not going to. So it will do that because it has the different Copilot 360 features that are included with this vehicle. It will actually brake the vehicle too. You do have post-collision braking. So if you're, if you're unconscious or something, not put it in park, or maybe forget to for some reason, just because you're in a panic, post-collision braking the vehicle, so that way you don't have a more severe accident. Also, as you're backing up, you're going to have those audible vehicle alert system. So that way, alert pedestrians and such that you're backing up. Since you're quiet, they won't be able to hear you. It's going to give you that as well. And you do have the advanced security package that includes the secure lock, passive anti-theft system, which means only the keyed code can start the vehicle. So when you shut the vehicle off, it locks that steering column. So it cannot be started unless you have that coded key in the vehicle. You also have inclination and intrusion sensors in the vehicle. So when you leave, lock it up, it's going to have sensors inside the vehicle as well as outside the vehicle. So what that's going to do is if somebody tries to open the windows and come in, it's going to go ahead and set the alarm off and let people know that. Also, if you're going to jack the vehicle up, try to take your wheels, it's going to also set those alarms off too. So honks the horns, flashes lights, and everything like that. Also, you do get the lane keeping system with this. So lane keeping system has three parts of that. You have your driver alert setting, you have lane keeping aid system, and alert system. So the driver alert's going to do is if you take your hands off the steering wheel too often, it's going to alert you and let you know that you're doing that. Also, you do have the lane keeping aid and alert. So if you are going to leave your lane, the alert system will let you leave your lane, but it'll vibrate the steering wheel when you go over those lines. The aid system will go over to the line and bring you back in and keep you in your line. Now you can use those together, which what will happen is it'll still bring you and keep you in your lane, but if you get to the lines, it'll vibrate the steering wheel as well. So it kind of lets you know, hey, you keep getting over to that line, right? So it lets you know that. Now this does have standard on the Select for this year is the Copilot 360 Active 2.0. Now that is standard. So last year you had to go up to the comfort and technology package to get the Blue Cruise. This year it's standard on all of your Mach-E's. So you're going to have the Blue Cruise. That's your hands-free driving. So you're going to be able to take your hands off the steering wheel. You still have to be paying attention to the road, but allows you to be able to, on certain roads and highways that Ford has already set out, it's going to allow you to be able to go hands-free driving and take your hands off the steering wheel and relax a little bit. Still have to, again, pay attention to the road. And it uses, to use that system, it uses the intelligent adaptive cruise control. And so there's many features as part of the adaptive cruise control. One of them is, of course, the main part of the adaptive cruise is that when you're driving along, if someone's going slower than you, it's going to slow you down to go their speed until you pass them and it'll resume. So you don't have to use your brake. It's going to take care of all that for you. And then you also do get, it even brings you to a complete stop. So if you're driving along and you're behind traffic and you're not able to move over and go faster, it's going to slow you down. Even if they come to a complete stop, you will as well. If they start to go out to take off, you will start to resume and speed up as well along with them. And then you do get the lane centering system that keeps you in the center of your lane. So unlike the lane keeping, which can be activated for whether you have your cruise set or not, so even town without the cruise on, the lane centering works along with your cruise control. So have to have the cruise to be activated, and it keeps the center of the lane. So that way it doesn't want you to get over close to those lines. It tries to keep you in the center of those lanes. And also does have speed sign recognition system. That's the intelligent part of the adaptive cruise. So if you're driving along, you're in a 70-mile-an-hour zone, you have that cruise set. If you find a 65-mile-an-hour zone here, then it's going to slow you down to go 65. There is a tolerance in there, so don't feel like, oh, I got to go the speed limit all the time. There is a tolerance. You can adjust that up above the speed limit. Like, hey, I normally go 5 over or something. You can set it a tolerance of 5 over, so when you get that 65, it'll take you to 70 instead of 65. So you can make those adjustments. Also, you do have evasive steering assist as part of this. And the goal behind that is that if you're not able to stop in time, you're going to hit the vehicle in front of you and there's nobody in the lane next to you, you can, if you steer over, it's going to assist in the steering, make it easier for you to steer over and around that vehicle. You also have intersection assist. So what's great about this is if you're about ready to turn signal on, you're coming over, you're turning left across that intersection, and it notices there's somebody coming straight and that you would hit them, it's going to brake the vehicle so that you don't have that accident. So it's a great system. That's pretty new within the last couple of years. I think 21 and recent. So that's a great system to have there. Also, you're going to get, as part of the Copilot 360 Active 2.0, you're getting 360-degree camera on the vehicle with split view and a front washer up there, so you can see completely around the vehicle. So it comes in real handy backing up, and such. You're going to be able to see in front of you as well. So 360-degree cameras underneath those mirrors, as well as in the front, as well as the back. So completely around you. And to kind of finish off all this package, you also are getting the connected built-in navigation with 3 years of service. So that's you don't have to worry about it for the first 3 years. After that, you have to sign up for subscription. And with that system, you're going to have the navigation. So you're going to be able to, pinch and zoom, you'll be able to set those navigation spots. And with that, you're going to have the EV trip planner, so you can plan your trip, so you know where you need to stop to charge, that kind of thing. Also, you have the live traffic alerts in there, so it knows that traffic, and predictive destinations and route guidance for you too. So it really helps with that, with everything. So pretty cool system and how that works, and that's going to be included as well as part of the Active 2.0. Really cool that this is standard on all of your Mach-E's, including the Select Trip. All right, so now we're going to talk about the exterior styling. Before we get into that, let's talk about pricing just for a second here. I was mentioned that earlier. Now, last year, you could see starting price on these were $43,895. This year, the starting price is about $3,000 more. It's $46,895. And then if you go with the all-wheel drive, it's $49,595. So we have seen some price increases. Really as expected. Battery pricing have gone up on these. Maybe once we can start seeing production done in the States and such, themselves, we can hopefully see these prices come down, but it's probably going to be a good year before we see that. So these prices are probably what it's going to be there. So we're just going to have to live with that probably. But that's just where we're at here. So enough about talking about that. But we will see up here. Talking a little bit about the front, you're going to see the grille up here is going to be, of course, body colored here on the grille, molded in black Mustang here, which means that they take the black and they put it in with the mold, so it's not painted on per se. So you're going to see that right there with the Mustang. Also, you're going to see that same material around the outside there too. And then body colored for your front fascia up here, as well as down here, molded in black in the lower grille area down there. You will have active grille shutters. They're going to open and close when it needs to. Now, slower speeds allows for more airflow in, cooling off the motors and the batteries and such, on that kind of thing. And then, of course, closes them on the highway for better aerodynamics. And since there's plenty of air coming up underneath the bottom. You do get, for your headlights here, automatic headlights. That means they're going to come on automatic when it gets dark, shut off when it gets light when you have it in an auto setting there. And LED reflector headlights as well. So LEDs are so much brighter and such, and so that's really nice having those, the LED lights. You will also have wiper activated headlights, which means when your wipers come on when it's raining, turns the headlights on. Some states it's a state law, but also it's just for a safety feature as well, because it's usually a little harder to see in the rain, so getting those headlights on for you. Configurable daytime running lights, so those you can configure those to be on during the daytime. You can choose to have those on or off, and that can be programmed right through your screen. Auto high beams as well, so that means when you can, just like with your automatic headlights, they come on automatically. Those high beams will come on if it's dark enough outside. If there's you're in the city lights or somebody approaches you, it's going to automatically shut those off. And some of these settings, like the auto high beams, is one that you can activate and deactivate in your lighting section of your vehicle settings screen. So you can always deactivate that if you don't like that. I always bring that up because for us, we live on a road where I don't want those on. So front fascia, I did mention that earlier. Front sensing system as well. So you can see the sensors right in here as well as on the sides. So you're going to be able to get detection on the front of the vehicle as you pull into parking spaces, different things like that. Something's in front of you, it's going to alert you and let you know that. Talk about the windshield for a second. We'll have the laminated glass. windshield. So that means it's like pieces of glass in between, or pieces of plastic in between the glass. So it kind of keeps that glass together. I always thought it was more for noise reduction than anything, but there's even a more of a safety feature with that, and that is if something were to hit your windshield, it keeps the glass intact instead of coming in and shattering it and breaking it completely in your face and such. So that's more of a safety feature than anything else. Windshield wiper de-icers. So in the wintertime, you're sometimes it gets to snowing, ice, that kind of thing. You can defrost the windshield off and everything, and so then the wipers just start to freeze up on you, especially on the highway and such, and you can't use them. It keeps these windshield wipers defrosted. Also, rain sensing wipers. So rain sensing wipers, if you have it in one of those intermittent settings, it's going to automatically turn the wipers on. When it starts to rain. Rains harder, it's going to wipe faster. You don't have to do anything on your end. It's going to take care of all of that. So pretty cool on how that works. And don't forget about your front area. So open this up. Because there's no engine in there, you have an open, usable front area with a drain plug in there. So you can actually use it as a cooler, that kind of thing in the front. So we like to call it a front trunk. So you have that available to you as well in the vehicle. So let's move around here to the side. Some of it we can see here, but let's maybe move down here and look at some of the side features on the vehicle. All right, so moving to the side, we don't have a really good side shot, but we'll use some of these. In fact, we might scroll up here for the beginning here. All right, so first talking about the wheels. You do have 18-inch carbonized gray painted aluminum wheel. Will be the same wheel. I looked at the wheel designs. They are the same from last year as they are for this year, so it'll be the same wheels. You also see the center cap there with the pony on there. So this is getting that Mustang is coming through on the vehicle, and you see it on the front, you see it in the wheel accents and everything, with the high gloss black pony in there. Also, you're going to have 18-inch all-season tires to go along with it. So, and they just like with this in here, a black outside black outside lettering on it there. You will see the wheel lip molding is going to be that molded in black, and it's a little more durable. It has the your reflector up here on the front of it, so that's what you're going to have, as well as the lower rocker molding down here for both doors. It's going to also be that molded in black finish to it. Again, it's not painted on, so you don't have to worry about chipping and such. Just a little more durable and longevity and everything like that. You will see that also kind of at the bottom half of the mirror cap as well, right here on the side. Of course, your charge port is right there on the fender right there, and you're going to also see the Mach-E badging on the front door up there too. So have all that to go along with this. So also for the wheels, you will have individual tire pressure monitoring system. So it monitors the pressure of the tires, lets you know if one of them's getting low on one side and another. Also, you'll get that a warning as well. You'll also get four-wheel disc brakes with analog braking system, and don't forget the regenerative braking as well there. Also for your mirrors, so it does have power heated mirrors, so you'll be able to heat them and defrost them in the wintertime when it gets iced up. Manual fold, so it means you can fold it in manually. Fold that in if you need to, so it can fold in. That way it's kind of more of a breakaway mirror in a sense. Also LED turn signal on the outside right there. And can you see my cursor? Yeah, there you go. Outside turn signal indicator on the outside. Projector pony lamp as well. So underneath there, it'll have a security approach lamp, puddle lamp, that kind of thing. It projects down, lights up in front of it, but it lights up with a nice pony on the side of it. So pretty cool on how that looks. And it is saying for this year that the mirror caps are black painted, showing white here or body colored here. But in the order guide it's showing it's a black painted mirror cap instead of the white there. So that might be a difference from last year versus this year. Also, you're going to get that BLIS, the blind spot information system with cross traffic alert. So if there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to put a light in the corner of that mirror unless it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. As you back up, someone's going to cross your path behind you, uses the same sensors and lets you know series of tones that you need to not back up, and put something on your dash as well and let you know that there's someone coming behind you. And even on the backup camera screen, it'll actually have an arrow now that shows you which direction they're coming from and going through. So that's pretty cool on how they do that and alert you that way. You also get intelligent access. So that what's great about that is you don't have to get the key out of your pocket. Have that in your pocket. Walk up, it's going to automatically unlock the vehicle. So with this in here, it does have a little button. So you just press that button right above the grab handle for the front door. You press that, automatically unlock it and pop that door and use the little grab handle to open it up. So that's pretty cool. Also, you get secure code, passive keyless entry keypad. So that keypad allows you to have to set your own code. If you want to get inside, you can do that. Unlocks the vehicle that way. If you don't have the keys on you or something like that, you can use that keypad to get in the vehicle. And then also it does have an E-latch. So if you go to shut the doors, it doesn't. Maybe it kind of catches, but not all the way. It'll catch it and it'll pull it in and it'll latch the vehicle for you. So that's pretty cool and how that works. Grab handle. The black molding as well around the windows. So you'll see that's going to be black all the way around, as well as the belt line molding for you. High gloss black on the belt line. So this is going to be around the outside is going to be more of a rubberized finish, but on the belt line itself, it'll be painted high gloss painted black. Make that pop a little bit on the bottom along the windows down there. And then also I mentioned the rocker molding as well back there, and the wheel lip molding as well. And also got to give you a view from back here so you can see how that looks down there at the bottom and around. So there you go. And then also you get those rear doors have child safety locks on them too, so you can't lock those out. So that way if you're stopped, have the vehicle off, kids can't open the doors and get out. You have to actually open those doors for them. So that's how that all works too. So pretty cool, all those features there. But now we've got a good view of the rear here. So let's go and talk about some of the rear features. Now moving to the rear of the vehicle, you're going to see it back here. You're going to have a little spoiler on the back. So it looks like it's black here. It actually does say black painted. So rear spoiler back here. Also, you're going to have a center height on the stoplight right there on the spoiler. That's your third brake light in a sense. So when you're braking, people, SUVs, and trucks will be able to see that you're braking. Rear defrost back here with a rear wiper as well. So you're going to have that on there. So that way you can wipe that clean. So that's pretty cool. Also has a washer too. So if you need to, if it's dirty, you can be able to wipe that as well back there. LED tail lights, and does have the sequential turn signals just like with the Mustang. So bringing all the branding of the Mustang over, even has the Mustang on the back of the liftgate too back there. So it gives you all the same flair of the Mustang in this Mach-E. Rear fascia back here, you can see kind of body colored back here down on the bottom part. It does have here, again, that molded in black. It does have the reverse sensing system right here. So as you're backing up, you're going to get alert if you get too close to anything in the back. Also, it's going to have a rear view camera as well back there. Of course, remember we talked about 360-degree camera system for you. And as you're backing up, it does have reverse brake assist. So if you're backing up, not paying attention to the sensors alerting you and telling you you need to stop, it will brake the vehicle. If you're going to run like a bicycle over or something like that, or hit somebody, it's going to brake the vehicle. So that's real nice in how that works too. Manual lift gate for this, so you can open that. Should be buttons right under here. You can also from probably the remote be able to pop it, and then you'll have to lift it up manually. So manual lift gate for that. And cargo inside that area, you can have cargo tie down hooks inside, 2 of those. You also get adjustable load floor. That's where usually the power cord is going to be stored, is under the flooring. You will have a tire inflator and sealant kit. So no spare tire here, the standard equipment, but that's going to be that kit is going to be located under that load floor. Also, you're going to have cargo rear cargo area light and a power point in the back, so that way you can see in there, as well as power anything if you want to in the back. So you're going to have those features as well here on the exterior of the vehicle. So let's move into some interior features. I think I have a few angles of this, and we'll kind of talk about some of the interior features. All right, so moving to the interior, one of the things I usually like to cover this in the safety features, but I leave it for the interior, is the airbags that come with this. So you're going to have front driver and front passenger dual stage airbag deploys. A different size airbag depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. It does have a personal safety system with sensors underneath the seat, as well as pre-tensioners on the seat belts. So that way it knows, how close you are, also tries to bring you back, and deploys the correct size airbag, depends on how close you are to the vehicle. You do have a driver knee airbag as well that deploys down, protect you from that steering column itself. And then you will, on the side, you kind of see it here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but the side of the seat, there's going to be an airbag that comes out there. So side seat mounted airbag, also one for the rear seat, which we don't see on a lot of vehicles. Typically we just see it on the front seats, but for the Mach-E you have it on the rear seat as well. So any side impact is going to deploy those airbags. So if you have one more on the front, and the A and B pillars, it'll probably deploy the one on the front, and those in the back, if it hits that in the back pillar, it's going to protect them as well back there from those side collisions. So pretty cool on how that works. Also, side curtain airbag, that's going to pull down from the top with a rollover sensor. So if you're going to roll the vehicle over, it deploys those airbags, help protect from breaking glass coming in and hurting you and everything. So that's pretty nice in how that works. Also kind of protects you if your head goes to course to the side with those side curtain airbags. Also, you're going to have an illuminated entry that's going to light it up. Kind of can see that right there. So it's going to open that up or light it up. So when you're getting in the vehicle, you're going to be able to see in there even at nighttime. When you get in, you do have the scuff plates. The front door will have a scuff plate on it. It's going to be molded in black with the pony graphic on there. So real nice, and just allows you not to scuff that up, and also to get in. Just looks a little nicer as well in the vehicle. You will get floor mats. Front and rear carpeted floor mats are going to be standard equipment. You will see the center console, so you're going to have bucket seats up here with the center console. It does have the kind of pedestal side armrest. So the armrest comes down, but it's not like a console per se, because you're going to have like a little area to put things in under there. So it kind of just sits up, which is kind of cool. And then you can see how everything, you have a further console up here in the media hub area and everything. We'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. Now, talk about the seats for a second. ActiveX style seating is going to be standard equipment on these. I wouldn't say they're kind of leather, but they're kind of a little bit more durable. They're a very active material in a way that they're going to wipe clean like you would see like some leathers, but it's not going to be, you know, like the genuine leather and such like that. So ActiveX seating is going to be standard equipment on all of them, including the select trim. For the driver, you will have an 8-way power driver seat, so forward and back, up and down, power lumbar, power recline as well. You will have a 4-way manual adjustment for the seat. In fact, you can see the adjustment on the manual seat. So you're going to have a lever on the front that allows you to slide forward and back. And then you're going to also have one for the manual recline too. So it allows you to go back and forth. So actually, this has got a height adjustment. That's not actually completely accurate to this. So you're going to have a lever here in the back for the recline and one in the front for going forward and back. And then second row seat back here, you're going to have 60-40 split bench seat, which means that those can come down and lay flat. Not completely flat, but that way you can put longer things in there if you need to. You also have an armrest that folds down. There's a loop there, you can see it. Folds down with some cup holders in it, 2 beverage holders, and the armrest. Now, behind the console, you will have 2 air registers, so allow for some climate back to there's in the back if it's hot or cold. Also, you do get 2 USB ports back there, USB Type A and USB Type C in there too. And this will have the latch system, that lower anchors and tethers for children. So in these seats down here where the seat cushion and seat backs come together, it does allow you to be able to fasten those seat belts in and allow them to put them in there. Plus on the back of it, if you have a front facing, you can fasten those in the back there too for those in the back. Now moving to the front. So on the front, we do have the power windows. They are global open close, which means if you're on the outside with your remote, you can actually open those windows and bring them down. You just you hit the unlock and you press it, and then press and hold it gotta press it and hold it for a while, and those windows will start coming down as well as they'll close. So hit the lock and hit it again and they'll go up. So that just allows you to let air come in and cool it off if you're, you know, waiting outside on a hot day, something like that. Also, you do for those windows, you will have one touch for the front and the rear windows, which means that you just hard press it down and you don't have to hold the windows. They're going to go down. So you can do that for the front as well as the rear windows, which is really cool. Not a lot of vehicles get it on both the front and rear, and you'll get that with the Mach-E Select. Power locks with unlock, auto unlock, and auto lock, which means when you start going a little bit faster, it's going to lock the doors. So once you go over a certain speed, it'll lock the doors automatically for you. And then when you stop, you shut the vehicle off, and you open the first door, it's going to unlock the rest of them. So you'll have that system as well. You will have enhanced memory for the driver. Enhanced memory in sense, normally enhanced memory will be just like maybe your seat for your driver or your mirrors and that kind of stuff. Well, with enhanced memory, you also get to save other driver display features like your radio, your navigation, your driver assistance features, dedicated for that remote, which is really cool in how that works. So we'll call it personal profiles in some vehicles. For the Mach-E, they're calling it enhanced memory features. So especially those driver alert features, driver assistance features, if you're driving it and you like having, you know, the lane keeping on or this or that, you can have those activated. But the other person may not like those. They can program it and specialize it for their key fob, which is really cool. You will get a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. So there's a little lever underneath. Pull that. It'll go up and down, forward and back. So you can get it just right. Also, the steering wheel. It is a soft vinyl wrapped steering wheel. So it's not leather wrapped, but vinyl wrapped there for the steering wheel there. Kind of nice soft feel there. And for the display, let's see here if we can get a better view of that. There we go. So we can see And we've got two displays here. So the one on the left I want to talk about is the 10.2-inch digital productivity screen. That's really cool. You can see, what's going on with your battery, with your braking, and different displays right there. It'll look different, depends on what drive mode you're in as well, which is really cool. Gives you outside temperature, compass, that kind of thing on that display. You also see right up here, push button start beside the steering wheel. So you'll have that as well. And forgot to mention, we talked about earlier, the adaptive cruise control. Those are all controlled here on the steering wheel, as well as some of your audio controls and such are controlled right up there too. You'll have levers for, for your turn signals and everything. You have two different levers. One's for turn signal. One of them, I think, is to activate the lane keeping and such on the end. And one's for the rear wiper as well. So you'll have that. Now you will also have, I mentioned push button start already. You also have dual zone climate. You'll see this. This is the Sync 4A screen. So it's a 15.5-inch screen. The lower part of this, right around that dial, is where your climate control is going to be. So it's a digital climate control. So dual zone climate. So driver and front passenger have two different temperatures there for that. So you can control that right there. AM/FM stereo with 6-speaker audio sound system, MP3 player, Sirius XM with 360L is standard equipment on the Mach-E Select. And then talking about the Sync 4A, it is the enhanced voice recognition system. So have wireless phone connection, also wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So you can get in, it's going to connect to those automatically for you. Digital owner's manual, cloud connected. You do have, it's only showing the backup camera here, so I wish it showed the other view. And maybe I can get a view of that, maybe not. Here we go. You can see this in here on this right screen a little bit better. And let me pull this up. Does it give me, oh, it doesn't. No, it doesn't show that. Okay, so anyway, on this screen here, you do have, in a sense, two sections to that above the climate control. One of them is the dash cards that are a little bit bigger that pull up, and the other is whatever screen you're on, whether it be the navigation or your stereo or whatever is up there. What's cool about the dash cards, it's the most recently used app, so you can scroll through that left and right using those dash cards. Click on that and it's going to pop up that feature onto the screen, and then put that last feature in the left dash card at the bottom. So pretty cool. If you want to enlarge that screen to a bigger view, you can enlarge it, and it makes those dash cards a little bit smaller, but they're still there. So it's pretty cool on how those work. Also mention personal profiles, so they actually do mention that as part of the Sync 4. So you're going to have those as well in there. I already kind of mentioned some of those features you receive for that, those memory. And conversational voice commands to that system as well. Much better than what you'd see, maybe what you see with Siri or with the Android phone for this system as well. So very enhanced system. Don't forget about the Ford Pass Connect. Allows you to stay connected to the vehicle using the Ford Pass app. So you just download the app. In the app, you can actually control a lot of the EV features to the vehicle, and things that happen with your battery management and different things like that. But you can also remote start the vehicle from anywhere, unlock and lock your vehicle, see tire pressure on there, and your battery range and everything on that app. So pretty cool app. You want to definitely download that and use that quite often probably. Also, you will have, see if I can get back to the exterior view. Up here in the mirror, auto dimming rear view mirror means you don't have to, no lever to worry about. Cars come up behind you, those bright lights automatically dim that mirror for you. Also, you do have an overhead console, kind of see it here a little bit. It does have a sunglass bin up there, light switches and everything up there. Visors, you will have a sliding sun visors. I mentioned here, illuminated vanity mirrors, which means you pull it down. It has a mirror in there that illuminates for you to be able to see. Also, you can take that visor if you need it on the side. If sun's coming on the side, you can rotate it over to that side as well. Universal garage door openers as well. That's 3 little transmitter buttons up there on the driver's visor. So if you have garage doors you need to program, something like that, you can do that. You don't have to have a garage door opener sitting on your visor, which is really cool how that works. Let's see, what else? You do have in the media hub area, you have 2 USB ports, a USB type A and C, so you can plug those phones in. Also does have wireless charging pad down in there. So that's down in this area under here. So pretty cool how that works. Rotary dial shifter is right there on that console, right in front of the armrest. You'll have that too, and you'll also have a PowerPoint as well in the front console area too, and then a nice little bin under here to put some things in. So pretty cool on all the exterior, on all the features and everything we've talked about so far. That's all standard on all your select vehicles. So now let's talk about some color options and as well as your optional equipment here together. So you're basically all your options that you can select from. So first off, let's talk about color. So we'll start with the interior colors. One interior color for the select trim, and that is black onyx. So the environment cabin area is going to be black, as well as your seats will also be that black onyx too. And for exterior colors, I think I can use some of these clips in here for that. You do get the space white. That is available for you. That is, I believe that might be this one right here. You also do get grabber blue. You're seeing here. Now this isn't, of course, looks a little bit different because it is a different model. Just to get an idea of colors there, you have grabber blue. You do also have star white, so it's a tri-coat color. It is an extra cost color. Tri-coats usually are close to $800 for that color. For those, you also have the rapid red tinted metallic clear coat. Since it's clear coat, it is extra $500 usually for that color. Shadow black as well, not showing any in here. You also have another color from last year, the cyber orange, which is also a tri-coat, so that'll be a $795 cost color for that. So there's your cyber orange. And we have two new colors for this year. We do have vapor blue metallic and carbonized gray, which we've actually seen carbonized gray in some other vehicles in the Ford lineup before. So you're going to have, those are going to be your colors that are available on your select trim for this year. Now, talking about some other options for you, one of them is a front license plate bracket. None of these vehicles really show a front license plate bracket, but if you are in a state that requires a front license plate, it'll be standard equipment. States like Kansas that does not, it's an option. So you'll want to make sure that puts that on there if you want that. Just for you, so just keep that in mind right there. Also, another thing that's a late availability item, is not available at the launch of the 23. Not sure when it'll be available, and that is if you want LED projector headlights with LED signature lighting. So you get that signature lighting on there too. So that is going to be optional on your select trim. It's going to be standard on other trims, but for the select, you can get the LED projector lights with the LED signature lighting as a late availability. So just keep that in mind, that it may take a while. So if you put that on your build and order it, it could be a little while before yours gets scheduled, because it needs to have that available for the select trim before it does that. Also, there's an option 18B that's available, and that's the full activation of the Blue Cruise features. And it does say customers have the option to continue full activation above the feature, including the 360 camera, by adding 18B. So the Blue Cruise is going to be activated for 3 months. So it's a 90-day trial. So you basically, if you want it longer than that, I think you add this option. I think that's the clarification on that. So you want the full function of that. Past the 90 days, you can go ahead and do that, or you can go ahead and sign up with it. You can do your 90 days first and then sign up for it after that. Either way that works, you can do that. So it does say full features of the 360 camera. I think that even if you didn't have the Blue Cruise, you'd have the 360 cameras, but it makes it sound like if you want the 360 cameras, you'll want to make sure you activate and get that 18B option for you as well. Now, you do also have, those are all your freestanding options you would get from the factory. But there are a couple different accessories and dealer installed options that are available. One of the Ford accessories option that's available that you can get now or you can get later from Ford if you want to through Ford Accessories website is the interior protection package. And that's going to come with a cargo floor liner. So it's in that cargo area back there. You can put that, see if there's any images of that cargo area. So back in here, if you want a cargo floor liner to protect it, you can get that. That's part of that package, as well as if you want all-weather mats in the vehicle. So they're called floor liners, first and second row without the carpeted mats. If you want that, so that's a nice little package. Again, that shouldn't hold up any builds if you want to get it from the factory. So if you do get it on your build, the factory will go ahead and put those in the vehicle, and the dealer would kind of take them out of the wrappers and stuff when the vehicle comes in. Now, there's about 4 dealer installed options that are available for you. Basically what that means is that if you order these options, they'll be shipped to the dealership, and the dealership would either install them or put them in your vehicle when it gets to the dealer. And the first one to talk about is the wheel locking kit. So that's basically gonna give you a one lug nut. They'll take off one of the original lug nuts and put the locking lug nut on there along with the socket that goes with that. So that protects those vehicles from people taking them, because they'd have to have that socket that matches up to particular to that vehicle. Also, you do have the exterior bumper protector, and that is going to go back here on the bumper and to protect the vehicle. So it's basically a little, almost like a sticker or a film that goes on top of it to protect that bumper from scratches and different things like that. So the dealership would put that on there. And then you do have a roadside assistance kit. So that's a little kit that comes with, some different things if you're off the side of the road and, you're needing to change your tire or something for safety features and such. So this is a kit. And again, that's something you can get through Ford Accessories real easily. But what the dealer would do is that would be shipped to them. They'd put everything in the bag for you that comes with a nice little bag, and they put that in your vehicle. Also, just like the next one, the first aid kit is the same way. That is a kit where Band-Aids and a bunch of gauze, that kind of stuff comes in it, and they would put it in a special bag that's set up for that vehicle and put that in your vehicle as well for you and put them all in the bag. But again, that's something you can get through Ford Accessories pretty easily. Doesn't cost any extra, and you just have to put everything in the bag yourself, so not a big deal. So that's all the options for you. So those are all the color options as well as the standalone options that are available for the Select trim. So that's all of our standard equipment, as well as a few different options that are available on the Select trim for this year. So hopefully this video did help you out, give you some information on whether or not the Select trim is going to work for you, or maybe you need to look at the California Route 1, or maybe the Premium, or if you want that performance, maybe even the GT. We'll be doing videos on all of those here coming up, so you want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you have that notification turned on. So that way you can be notified next time we have another video on the Mach-E. We'll be doing one each of these next couple days. So if you're watching this live and you're just catching this on the first day it went live, you can expect the next 3 days we'll have a video on each of those days, so you have that information. So we should have all those videos live for you to watch before the order banks open up for you, so which is really nice to be able to have that content ahead of time for you. Look for that. So if you just move around in the video as well, don't forget the timestamps down below if you want to go back and see any sections again. Hopefully this is just a resource for you. Save it to your playlist, save it to your favorites, whatever you might want to, if you want to come back and watch these later. So hopefully it does help you out if you're looking for ordering a vehicle. Of course, go to your local Ford dealer. You can go online as well. This is one of the few vehicles that you can actually order it yourself online and pick your Select dealer to have it delivered to. But I would check with your dealer, make sure they're going to honor the pricing and the MSRP pricing. Some dealers will not. So you'll definitely, before you maybe pick a dealer, you might want to go through and check and talk to them. Make sure that they know how price protection works. They know how to lock in incentives, as well as what they're going to price the vehicle, from MSRP, because you're able to see that. Of course, Mach-E's, our invoice and MSRP are the same number. And so, whether or not, hopefully getting an MSRP price from your local dealer is good. If you are struggling to find any of that, McArthur will take care of and do all those things for you, selling an MSRP on those. We know how to lock in incentives. We know how to deal with price protection. And we have a $500 dealer fee. No other add-on fees. We don't add any aftermarket things onto the vehicle like some dealers do. So if you're wanting to do that and get an order with us, you can contact us if you want. You can order right online. Choose McArthur as your dealer as well if you'd like to. And we do a special YouTube offer. If you're wanting to get a vehicle from us, you live out of state, we'll do free shipping if you finance the vehicle with us. So we're very transparent about how that works. Finance with the standard rates, and we'll go ahead and pay up to $1,000 of your shipping cost or travel expenses. If you want to fly in and drive it home, we can pay for your flight and such in if you finance a vehicle with us. So we're very transparent about that. So that's how that offer works. So definitely give us a call if you want to take advantage of that. Or again, you can order online. Let us know if you did submit that order and you chose us as your dealer, so we can go ahead and accept that order for you and get that in the system and be able to get scheduled as quick as possible. If you have any other questions, don't forget to reach out to us, 785-823-2237. And you can also connect with us on social media if you'd like to. We're at McArthur on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Or if you want to follow me, you can find all my different places. You can find me on YouTube, as well as different social media sites, and even where you can email me on my Linktree account that you're seeing on the screen right there. So again, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it helps you out. And don't forget, if you're looking for the other trim videos, we'll be having those go live in the next couple of days. Thanks for watching. Until the next one, we'll see you later.